Good evening, Emory and Henry. I am Kevin Anzenberger, and tonight on the Sports Interview, we're going to talk some softball. Janae Morrissey is an assistant coach at Emory and Henry. She coaches a softball team that is coming off a hot exit from Myrtle Beach this past spring break, winning their last 4 games. Before I talk to her, I think it is important to note that not only did she play here in addition to coaching, she was pretty good. Voted team MVP in 2011, a year where she received all ODAC honorable mention as well. In the midst of a great career here, she also made the jump from a catcher to the shortstop position, an unusual position change that was made late in her career. Janae Morrissey joins us. Janae, thanks for being on the Onside.
Hey, this is a pleasure.
Yeah, and I mentioned that unusual position change. It came at the beginning of your senior year. How did you overcome that feat?
Well, obviously I caught all 4 years, and I think as a senior, you do whatever you can do to help your team out. And we had in the middle of the season, our starting shortstop, ended up choosing to decide to leave the team. And I know Ashley Ebersol, me and her, we both split games the previous year, and I know that she was really, really strong as a catcher, and Coach Schoenhoff, which this is her first year coaching, kind of developed this understanding that maybe E should go and catch, and then I would play short, and we would go ahead and switch games. But it had just ended up that I would have to just take on the role of shortstop for the entire year, and it was definitely difficult at first. You learn range a lot more than you do as a catcher, where you're right here and you only get this little box and you got side to side movement. Well, shortstop, you got more range, and it was definitely a new position for me. But a lot of reps, a lot of practice, a lot of practicing on your own time helped out. So for sure.
Yeah, and you did play here before you started your coaching career. Actually played with some of the people that are still on the team. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a situation like that?
Definitely one of the advantages is you understand like a perspective of a student athlete and what they're going through, and you understand like the feelings that are involved, and just putting yourself, like as a coach, sometimes as an older coach, you kind of forget about like all the time management issues that you have and stuff like that. But definitely, I think I did a good job of putting myself in the players' perspective on how they saw things and stuff like that, and I can relay that to the coaches, and they could see it in a different perspective as well. Definitely a disadvantage was, getting that respect that you want to have as a coach, because some of the girls that you just played with last year were my roommates or my teammates, my friends, and I think it's really hard to kind of transition into that new role. But it's taken a couple of years to adjust, and I think that I'm finally getting it down pat, and so it's good. It's good.
Absolutely. Now fast forwarding to this year, we just came off a very hot exit from Myrtle Beach, like I said, whereas the beginning of the week we weren't doing as hot. Lost some close games and in late innings. What was the difference? What sparked that turnaround in the middle of the week? I
think we, as a team, we're a great team, and we're really talented, and we got a lot of depth. I think that losing, Monday's games, we lost to 2 teams that, we probably shouldn't have lost to, and I know for a fact that we're better than them. And I think that we talked, Coach Forster and I talked to the girls, and I think we all came to the same consensus that we weren't playing to the par that we needed to be. I think that was a little wake-up call we needed, and one of the things that I talked to the girls about after those losses was that, one of the things I want to start doing as a team, Coach Forrester and I included in this, is I want to celebrate every single inning, every pitch, every inning, every out, every single game like we're playing in the ODAC championship game. I think if we start doing that and focus on things like that, we're gonna have a heck of a season. So. Yeah,
and in the middle of the week, Riley Pudney came in to pitch and got a win. One of the weaknesses of our team is we don't have a lot of depth in the pitching. We have 2 great senior pitchers, Taylor Banner and Caitlin Pruitt, but they've pitched a lot of innings, 46 and 41 respectively.
Yep.
What does it mean to a coach when a player like Riley Pudney, who's not used to the mound, comes in and gets a win in the middle of the week?
I think it's awesome. I think our whole team knew that going into the season, with a couple girls dropping on us at last minute and having 2 pitchers, we knew that it was going to be a difficult task. But it just shows you like the leadership that we have on our team, people stepping up and working hard at a position. Some girls only pitched just to have fun. A couple girls, I know Riley pitched in high school a few times. Leah pitched early on in her childhood, but just to have people step up and do that it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling because one of the things that we're talking about right now with our team is brick by brick, and we can't do it. One person can't do it. Taylor Banner can't throw it an entire season by herself. KP can't throw an entire season by herself. But everything comes together, and we all do things. You play your part and you step up and take roles that maybe you were on the fence about, and people stepping up like Riley Pudney and throwing that game. It was an awesome feeling. And as a coach, it makes you realize what, we got this because of people like that step up and do big things for us. So
yes, and now moving forward, those are all out-of-conference games in Myrtle Beach, and even before that. And now this weekend we got Randolph College starting ODAC play. I know it's exciting.
Oh yeah, gosh.
What are the keys to that game? Who needs to step up for us to take home an ODAC win this weekend?
Well, I know that Randolph got a pretty good pitcher coming in. One of our downfalls lately has been inconsistent hitting, and I think that we found it after our 4 games, rolling off that 4-game win streak in Myrtle Beach. We found that thing that we needed, and our hitters did awesome. Our defense did awesome. Randolph, like I said, they got a good pitcher, so our hitters got to be really disciplined. They got to be consistent, going in there getting hits. I know our pitchers are going to do their thing. Defense has got to be on point. Usually when we play Randolph, it's a hitting match, so it's really, it's going to be who wants it more. So I think that our team, we're striving, so we're going to go get it. We're going to get that first ODAC win this Saturday. So.
Absolutely, and we were picked 5th preseason in the ODAC. I know, that's so tough. Not a lot of coaches like to look at the preseason, but what would you say that this WASP team needs to do to fulfill its potential at those standings?
I would say that we got the people, we have the talent. This is the team that since I've been at Emory, that I've wanted to be a part of. But I wanted to coach, and we have incredible talent, incredible heart, and I think if they could just string that together and put everything together day in and day out during practices, during games, there's nothing that's going to stop us. And I think that, as far as the rankings and stuff like that, Emory itself athletics has always had to have something to prove to the ODAC. And I think that nothing ever comes easy for us. And, I think that, our athletics program is going up there. And I think, our team right now, the girls that we have, this is a team that's going to do it. So if they can just focus on their game day in and day out and never lose that heart, then we're gonna go and do some great things.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. No matter what the sport, Emory and Henry always has to kind of play with that chip on their shoulder, unfortunately. But it's a position that we kind of own.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on the set.
You're welcome.
That's all the time we have, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
And thank you guys for watching. I'll now send it over to Murph with the sports update.